with another video, and in light of the holiday season, I decided to just share why I no longer give Christmas gifts to my kids and honestly to family members as well. And I know that I have told this story a few times, but the majority of y'all have not seen that video, so I'm gonna go ahead and just rehash it here. So knee deep, not even knee deep, waist deep in my debt-free journey, my son got sick and he got admitted into the hospital, and we were there for a week. And I'm someone, okay, I work in insurance, so I knew or was expecting to be hit with claims left and right. I knew they were going to be making it rain with claims, just like money at a strip club. And so I'm like, okay, I need to be preparing for these claims because he's staying inpatient at this children's hospital, and I know I'm going to get hit with the surgeon's bill. I'm going to get hit with infectious disease. Anyone who's coming into these rooms or has laid eyes on this child, I know is going to be filing a claim. I know I'm going to have to pay for an MRI, x-rays, medications, board and lodging or whatever. Girl, you get the point. So not only am I completely devastated because my son, what I thought was like a cold or something, turned out to be something completely different, and I'm unsettled because they can't find the cause of it. Even to this day, I'm a bit unsettled. But anyway, by the glory of God, he gets better, and we get discharged, and I get hit with bills. This is smack dab in the middle of the holiday season. This is around this time. About 4 years ago, it was pretty much exactly around this time. I think the next day was Thanksgiving, actually, the day after we got discharged or something. And so I'm going into it thinking that I'm going to be able to purchase Christmas gifts for my kids. Now, since I'm waist deep into my debt-free journey, I wasn't going crazy with it. I don't think, honestly, I've never gone crazy with Christmas gifts, and that was because I don't have money for it, you know. I am on a single income. I don't have money for it. But around this time, I was very strategic with how I was doing Christmas shopping because I was doing like 3 gifts maximum, and one of those had to be a need, like clothes or something. Then it was something small like arts and crafts, and then maybe they would get something else. But this time around, I'm like, I have to make a decision. So throughout my debt-free journey, there were lots of ups and downs, which is going to be, that's life. Life is always going to life. Life is always going to happen. It does not matter if you're having a good day. It does not matter if you're having a bad day. It does not matter if you're having a traumatic experience. Life is going to chin check you over and over and over. And so I was not new to the ups and downs and ebbs and flows of trying to accomplish a goal, but I had never had to face a challenge that would directly impact my kids in a very vain to say this, but in a negative way, especially so suddenly. Like, it was extremely abrupt. But I'm like, okay, I know what my reasons are. I know why I am paying off debt. And I won't say that my reasons were completely separate from my ego, because I have shared numerous times my debt-free journey, and especially publicizing it. The ego is always going to play a role in anything that you're doing. Even if you try to cover boo-boo up with air freshener and say that, you know, I'm here to inspire and motivate. Yes, that is true, but you're also operating out of ego, even if it's just a little bit. But anyway, so saying that, I'm like, I have to make a decision. Am I going to purchase Christmas gifts and try to figure out how to pay these claims? Or am I going to use part of my emergency fund and don't do Christmas gifts this year, so that I can prepare for these claims, so that I am not halting my debt-free journey, because I'm right at the end. Like, I'm right there. I see the light finally. And I don't want to continue to postpone getting to that point because people are watching. I'm super motivated, and I need to keep making these huge strides. That is my thought process. So I'm like, okay, we're not going to do gifts. Fine. My youngest, he's he's about 2 or 3 at this time. And so that would make my oldest around 6 or 7. Yes, I had worries of her getting to school after Christmas break, and all of the kids are talking about the things that they got, and she doesn't have anything. That was my huge thing. But the one thing I will say with my oldest, because she's able to comprehend a lot more. She's about 5 years older than her brother. I've always kept my financial journey very open and honest with her, because she needs to see the ebbs and flows, and she needs to understand, and her comprehension level has always been, in my opinion, very advanced for her age. And so she's just like, okay. I thought she was going to have a meltdown. At that age, it was easier for her because we had been budgeting. I would have her a part of that process and creating financial goals and everything. And so she was okay. And a big reason she was okay with that was the fact that, my dad or my uncles or someone would still get her a Christmas gift. So she wasn't exactly going without. And that really helped me to press go on not doing the gifts. So I survived my first Christmas of not having anything under the tree. Did I feel like a huge failure when it comes to me being a parent? Yes. But I also know, and I'm very aware at the same time, that I made a decision that would last prayerfully for generations. Like, even though being in this home has put me back in debt, I know that what I accomplished still, it allowed me to get in this home, and it's allowing me to stay in this home and do things with my kids. And that was the whole purpose of this journey. It was to be able to give my kids more. I'm a single mom. I have a lot of hurdles to jump through, especially financially, and being on my own financially. Yes, I have multiple sources of income, but it's still hard, It is still hard being a one parent or one person household. And so that was my way of trying to propel us forward in our future, and giving them a stronger foundation to stand on. But the surprising thing is, after that, I thought it was just going to be, a one-time thing. But when you take a step back from something and you take off the rose-colored lenses and you start to see things in a different light, and that's more so because you're allowing yourself to see something in a different light. Like Christmas for me, I grew up having Christmas and things like that, Christmas gifts, but not having anything under the tree, I'm able to look at things from a different perspective. And I'm not holding fast to those experiences and beliefs that I think that I have to let play a role in my household. And so saying that, I went from not intentionally not buying Christmas gifts to intentionally leaving the Christmas tree blank, and I even or empty. I even went as far last year as to say that I was not putting up no Christmas tree. Like, I'm over it. You can see that I kind of ate my words. I put up some decor and things like that, because my children's childhood experiences still rely on me. And so I have to kind of get out of my own way and still try to make the best of it. They are still in a space in life where things are just glittering. They're so full of optimism and joy, and I don't want to take that away from them. I need to do something to put us in the holiday spirit. But one thing stepping away that year from buying Christmas gifts allowed me to see was that overconsumption is real, and it's scary. And it did have me in a bit of a chokehold, even as someone who was so heavy into paying off debt and budgeting and penny pinching and things like that. I was still a victim of overconsumption. And we see now, like, even access to Black Friday deals, it's becoming earlier and earlier. Like, we can access those sales earlier and earlier. And I think that goes to play into us wanting things faster and faster. Like, we are purchasing things and we want it at our doorstep the very next day. We don't want to sit and wait on a Friday. And I think even years from now, we'll probably get access to Black Friday deals, maybe even like a week or weeks in advance. And that's because we have a need for instant gratification. We want what we want and we want it right now. And if we have to wait and be patient for anything, we don't want to do it. And when I say we, I mean, I'm including myself as well. Amazon has had me in a chokehold. I won't lie. And it wasn't so bad before I got in this home, but like, I had to furnish this home. I went from a tiny 2-bedroom duplex to a home, and I only really brought my couch and my washer and my dryer, and that was it. And so obviously we can't be, on boxes eating out of paper plates. I have to purchase things, and Amazon had me in a chokehold for about the first year. And it was mainly because I had access to getting things very quickly. And it was because I am online, which a lot of us are online now. Even when we try to get away from being online, it's hard, especially if you want to stay connected to your loved ones. It's really sad that we have to do that and keep up with people, but it is what it is. So you're online, and we have access to thousands of people within a minute. Like, you can scroll through and have access and absorb what other people are doing, what other people have, what other people are purchasing, what other people are using in a matter of minutes. And it's cool, but it's also scary. It can also have a negative side, and I don't think that our brains are designed to consume at the rate that we are what people have and what people are using. And that creates FOMO in us, and we feel the need to go out and purchase the things that these people have because we're following them and we like them and it looks cool and it looks good, and whether they realize it or not, they're marketing it to us, even if they don't have a partnership with that brand. And I just don't think that we were ever supposed to have access to people's face washes and things like that. And I'm also a Pinterest girly. If you know, you know. I was thinking this was the intention, okay? I was thinking that I was getting inspiration for decor in my home. I wanted like a fresh new beginning. But really what I was doing was creating this need to have my home look like those on Pinterest. So guess what I did? I went out and I purchased things. And I wanted it quickly. I wanted it just like that. A lot of our shopping is now done online, and you have to pivot. If you're a business and you want to stay in business, you have to pivot. And I realized, like, social media has become a place for them to market their products. And so when you're scrolling, you're also probably getting ads as well. And that also creates a need to shop. And it's very convenient to shop. We have our cards stored on our phones. All you have to do is double tap the side if you have Apple Pay and push an order through. And we like that. That's teaching us, it takes one step out of our brains, and our brains, once again, it's brilliant, but I find that the way learning and how it works, it's very lazy. Like, it wants to take shortcuts. Habits are created because it doesn't want to use all this energy and having us consciously be aware of what we're doing, so it creates shortcuts like muscle memory. And for us, that is convenient. I feel like we have unknowingly programmed ourselves to consume, and these people know that we are creating or programming ourselves to overly consume. And so you want to stay in business, you want to make money, you're going to put ads and things out there, you're going to push us towards consumerism. And so, like, having early access to Black Friday sales, it just makes sense because they know this is the route that we're going as a society, and it just makes sense to give the people what they want. And I feel like if I was not shopping for Christmas gifts that year, I probably would not have really picked up on it. Like, I had an idea. I knew that it was like we were consuming and consuming a lot more because we're exposed to a lot more, but I didn't know how much it was really pushed until I was intentionally not looking for anything to buy. And I feel like it's not all our fault, you know? We do have to take accountability. Yes, I have to take accountability. Yes, because I can just be like, girl, you don't need this. You do not need XYZ, you know? But on the other hand, I feel like it's intentionally pushed to be that way, and it's really hard to tell yourself no, even though you're a grown adult and you're watching someone, and because of the lotion that they're using, now all of a sudden you feel like you need that lotion, and I should not be influenced in this way because I'm a grown age sugar adult. Grow up. But it's easier said than done when this is all that you are exposed to at an unhealthy, the quantity is unhealthy. It's like Pringles. Once you pop, you just can't stop. It's like your brain is searching for the next thing to purchase. And I still deal with this to this day. If I allow myself to purchase something, it feels so good. Like those release, endorphins or dopamine. And you just want to do it again and again and again. It's like, we need more, but we need this. And then you got to justify buying this. And it's hard to reel yourself in. It's hard to give yourself space so you're not making impulsive decisions. Because once you start that cycle, it's like a vacuum. It's just going to keep pulling you in more and more. And, you know, companies spend a lot of money to study human behavior, and even down to a science like color can affect how we behave, you know, our spending habits. And so it's kind of hard to go up against all of that at one time when, once again, you're exposed to a lot in a matter of a swipe. And another reason why I just decided to leave the Christmas tree bare bones is I've learned through this experience is I've just enjoy experiences. I prefer experiences over things. And I know that my kids may take a different route when they become an adult and they are running their own households. And that is fine. That's completely fine. But I'm the adult and they are the children, and I'm running my household. And that is just the way in which I choose to run my home. And I have learned to accept that my kids may not they may not remember everything that I purchased them or that people have purchased them, but they do remember. Do you remember that one time? Or they remember the times that we only went one time, the time that we went to the cabin. We did that last year, and we made s'mores, and we are going ice skating in a couple of weeks. I feel like they will remember those times versus, you know, the little Batman action figure that I bought them that got lost a week after Christmas because once the newness of it wore off, they didn't want it anymore. And then it's clogging up my home. And when I was in my duplex, it was very small. We had limited space. It got to the point where I'm like telling family members, especially for my son, do not buy this boy any gifts. Do not buy him any gifts, because these kids now, it's just the generation that they're in. They're electronic kids. If it's a toy, they're not going to use it. It's going to be exciting for the day, but about 3-4 days in, they're not going to want to touch that toy anymore. And my kids, like my son, he has his tablet. My daughter has her phone. That's all they need. That is all they need. Anything else is not going to come up against that tablet. The tablet is convenient. If he wants to play a game, there's an app for a game. It's just the gift that keeps on giving, and it doesn't make any sense for me to try to top that, because it would have to be something else that can match up to a tablet, and I'm not paying for that. I have just learned, like, we're gonna go out where we can find us an enchanted forest, sip our hot cocoa, have our experience. But as far as the thing for one specific day, I cannot do it. And it saddens me. Like, I feel like we've created this holiday to be about us buying gifts when it should be about love, experiences, and us being in unison with one another. It has become who can get the most gifts, who can get the most extravagant gifts. A day to just be full of, what is it called? Gluttony. What is the intention here? What is the purpose here? This is what I ask myself as I'm looking around. Like, girl, what is the purpose of Christmas? Is it to buy gifts for other people and just have that joy of seeing them open our gifts, or knowing that we got them a gift, and then that's it? What is the real purpose? And I feel like it is, once again, love and experience and being of service. And I can do that in another way. And it's not that my kids go without. Like, these kids, I will be honest, these kids are spoiled. They get things throughout the year. I don't have to wait until one specific day to get them something. I can do that throughout the year. And I love giving gifts. For a long time, I still am internally a gift giver. Like, it just lights me up inside to see someone enjoying the gift that I gave them. But I don't want to taint my idea of Christmas by going out and stressing myself out and trying to figure out what to get all of these people for this one day. I feel like I can do that. I can get that hit of dopamine in another way. And another reason why I just decided, like, girl, I'm not going to do the Christmas gifts is because I'm a single mom. Once again, routing back to the single mom. My money is all I got to take care of these kids. And I am someone, once again, the statistics are up against me. Like, I got a lot of things working against me. And I want to give my kids a solid financial foundation to stand on when they leave the home, when they are ready to leave the home. And I can't do that. I can't fund their investments and fund my investments and save money and, fund their extracurricular activities and pay our bills and pay for medical bills and all these things by giving into the temptation of what we have created holidays to be. I just can't do that. I want to go another way. I want my thoughts to be my thoughts and my actions to be my actions, and them not to be influenced by what I am seeing. And I'm making a stand, and I'm standing on it. I'm making a decision, and I am standing 10 toes behind that decision. And I, for once, feel really good about it. I've, for a long time, felt like a failure as a mom because my kids are waking up and other people are just excited and they're squealing. Their babies are just so happy. And it's just that feeling of seeing your baby so happy about something. And I felt like I was failing them and failing myself as a mom by waking up and they don't have anything. But I know that's just my thoughts, and it's not true, and it's all in my head. But I'm just saying, being honest about my feelings. But I gotta find another way to give my babies more. And I know that they're not gonna truly understand the sacrifices that I make now. But in the future, I pray and hope that they will thank me for it, for what I am able to give them to help them succeed and really thrive in society. But if you are a gift giver, girl, and you love seeing your babies open up gifts for Christmas, definitely don't take a video like this and feel bad about it. That's the beauty of life. We all have different perspectives and ways of doing things, and I support you purchasing gifts for your children. And if that's not your thing, I support you not purchasing gifts for your children. I just want to support you doing what you want to do. All right, but that's it. That's all. Just a little quick talk about why this tree is going to be empty come Christmas morning. But I could very well purchase something for them the following month. I mean, it is what it is, you know. That's the beauty of life. Prayerfully, you can make your own decisions and stand 10 toes behind those decisions and feel good about them. Even if they differ from other people, even if yours differs from mine. Are you a Christmas gifts type of parent? Or just person if you don't have any kids? Are you a gift giver on Christmas, or a moderate gift giver on Christmas, or are you just absolutely a no Christmas type of person? Let me know, and I will catch you guys in the next video.